back to my channel. It has been so long since I've uploaded a video and now I am back to upload more. The reason why I haven't uploaded in a while is because of college. I've been really busy lately, but now I am back with another DIY school supply video. I know it's a little bit too late, but I decided why not. So I made 2 notebooks dedicated to those subscribers who do not have a printer at home, so you can still make your DIY customized K-pop notebook and make it look very cute. And if you haven't seen my face before, hello, welcome to my channel, and I would love for you if you subscribe down below so you can see more videos like this one. And yeah, I think that is it, and I will pass it over to VoiceOver Me. Hey guys, it's VoiceOver Me here, and today we're going to start off with our DIY K-pop customized ruler. So first you're going to need some pictures, a clear plastic ruler, some double-sided tape, some clear tape, and some scissors. So the first thing you're going to do is grab all your pictures and start arranging them into place. Mine were a little bit too big, so I had to trim some off. And you guys are probably wondering why I'm using BTS photos. It's not because of BTS bias or anything, but these were extra photos from my DIY K-pop school supplies video, so I decided to just use them here. Okay, now back to the DIY. I first got a photo and placed it right under the ruler so I can measure off where I wanted it to be cut since my pictures were a little bit too big. After I drew those lines, I then cut it out. Also, if you're planning on doing this DIY, I would recommend to get photos that are pretty clear, just so when you are using the ruler you can still see the lines. After you have done that, just place the ruler back on top of the photo to measure off if it's exactly how you want it. And then just do the same thing to all the rest of your photos. And another thing that I did was that I made sure that none of their faces were covered by the holes, because my ruler did have holes in them and I tried to avoid their faces being covered by them. So after you have done all that and arranged them into place, it's time to place them onto the ruler. So the first thing you want to do is to grab some double-sided tape and grab at least 2 pictures and tape them together on the back. This is to make sure that they don't fall off once you put them onto the ruler. So after you have those 2 pictures done, you're going to take the 3rd picture and connect them once again with some double-sided tape, and keep doing this to all the rest of your pictures. So once you have taped every single picture, you're going to place the ruler right on top of the pictures and make sure that everything is done correctly and is placed correctly. And also, if you have any extra unwanted photo pieces that are kind of like out of the ruler placement, just trim those off. The next step is to grab some clear masking tape. I had packaging tape, but it also works as well. And unroll it to the size of your ruler and place your ruler right on top of the masking tape. If you guys are wondering why there's like a piece of tape on my plastic ruler, it's because this is the only plastic ruler I had that was actually very clear. It's actually a very old ruler, but I mean, anything works. Afterwards, you're going to get all your pictures and align them with the ruler. This is kind of like the trust game that you have to play with yourself. You have to trust yourself that the photos are aligned as how you wanted it to be. And then you're going to grab the masking tape little flaps that you have, and then you're going to flip them over so then it will stick on to the backing of the photos, so the photos won't slip out when you're using the ruler. After you have all the sides taped down, all you're going to do is to cut off any unwanted tape. Once you have done that, it should be finished, and just clear out any air bubbles that is left onto the ruler. I didn't clear out mine while I was filming this, but I did so right after. And you're done! For these K-pop bookmarks, all you're going to need are some photos, some Mod Podge, some magnets, a paintbrush, some cardstock paper, and some decorative scissors are optional if you want to get a little bit more fancy, but using regular scissors is fine as well. So the first thing you're going to do is grab a photo. I had a sugar photo, and what I wanted to do is to round off the corners. This is optional, but I kind of wanted to have a more simplistic kind of look. And once you have done that, you're just going to place the photo onto the cardstock and place it however you like. I then grabbed my Mod Podge and started Mod Podging the back of the photo so it could stick onto the cardstock. And then the next step is to grab some scissors and make a very long vertical rectangle. Just make it long enough so it can be able to bend itself. You should have something like this, and then you are going to bend it over. So then you're going to grab 2 magnets. I had these magnets from my little niece that she doesn't play with anymore. And make sure to grab magnets that are flat, not the rounded ones, otherwise you will have this like bulky look onto the bookmark. So what I did is I opened up the bookmark and faced it on its back, and then I grabbed each magnet and Mod Podged it onto the cardstock paper. I placed each magnet on the sides of the bookmark, and I also placed each magnet facing towards each other, so then once you bend it back again, it will click. It should look something like this. So this is optional, but if you want it to be protected, you can also put on some clear masking tape. This will make it prevent it from tearing when using the bookmark. And it also makes it look shiny as well. And that's basically it. And now it's time for the notebooks. The things you're going to need are some gold letter stickers, some Mod Podge, a paintbrush, a composition book, some cardstock paper, and some construction paper. So the first thing you're going to do is to Mod Podge your whole composition book, and then you're going to grab your cardstock and place it onto the composition book. Then you are going to open up your composition book and cut off any excess paper. I use an X-Acto knife for this for more precision, but you can also use some scissors as well. And once you have done that, you're going to get your construction paper and use a diagonal type of way, just so it looks kind of like a folder. And then you're going to fold all these little edges that I'm going to show you, and it's kind of hard to explain, but you'll see what I'm doing. And then you should have something like this. And then you're going to Mod Podge the sides and the bottom, but not the top. So now you have your own little pocket folder. And then you're going to grab your gold sticker letters, and then you're going to spell out anything you want. I just spelled out Lee Jae-suk because he is one of my favorite Korean actors. And that's it for the notebook. For the last notebook, you're going to need a composition book, some cardstock paper, some Mod Podge, a black colored pencil or Sharpie, a paintbrush, a white piece of paper, and some decorative scissors is optional, but you can use regular scissors. And it turns out I didn't need the compass or the pencil, so sorry about that. So we're going to do the same thing like we did in the other composition book. So first we're going to Mod Podge the whole notebook, and then we're going to place our cardstock paper right on top of it, and then we're going to use an X-Acto knife or some scissors to cut off the excess paper. So I didn't record this part, but my sister wrote down Mark on a white piece of paper, and then I cut it out in a rectangular shape with the scissors, and then I Mod Podged it onto the notebook. And yeah, that's basically it for the notebook. and I will see you guys in the outro. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you haven't seen my other DIY school supply video, I will link that down below for you guys. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye!